So, which school? DAV. Radcliffe. What's the name? Amita. DAV. School? DAV. Name DAV or school DAV? Now, what's your name? Ananya. And Purna. Okay. Sarvesh. You were there last year. Then Atharva. Which school? Vivjor. Okay. Then Parvati Public School. Valbharati. Sanmitra. Yes. Which school? Mayuresh. DAV. Ishani. Yeah. Which? Uddar International. Nerula or Khargar? Nerula. Ria. Dia. Valbharati. Yes. All right. Ramshit. Falgun. Yes. And what's which school? Vivjor. Ritwik. School. Vivjor. Shrikant, come here. Shrikant, sit over here. अकेले बैठे इधर ही बैठे आ जाओ इधर आ जाओ तुम भी इधर आ जाओ क्या नाम है आपका Janvi, come here, sit with her so that क्या होगा आपको you can shift in the front over there. सुदर्शन अरे क्या नाम है आपका श्रीकांत सॉरी श्रीकांत प्लीज कम हियर कौन सा स्कूल है आपका दिल्ली वर्ल्ड पब्लिक स्कूल बैठिए आइए इधर आइए परमानेंट प्लेस आपके बैठिए आराम से ठीक है ना क्या होगा अकेले पीछे आएगा you will be lost in the lost world. Very good. Get over there. पानी का bottle लीजिए. Good. Relax. Last one, what's your name? Utkarsh. Utkarsh, which school you from? Bodhar International. Aditya, which school? Ramsit Thakur. Pardon? Anishta. Anishta, okay. Anishta, what is your school name? DAV. DAV. Okay. So which topic you have started? And here we are having Neil.
Hello, sir.
And Anshul.
Yes, sir.
Right? How are you, Anshul?
Fine.
And here, Abdullah.
Yes, sir.
Abdul Hadi, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which school you are from?
Bodhar International.
Bodhar International. Neil, you are from which school?
Reliance Foundation School.
Reliance Foundation. And Anshul,
So I'm from Sheshakund,
you're from?
Indore.
Okay, good, very good. Now, so today, I think so you must have started with some chapter in your school, isn't it? So first chapter is what? Chemical reactions and equations. So I think so most of you have done that, right? That? Anshul, which topic you have started?
The first
First topic. So we are starting that one. Chemical reactions and equations. Again. Okay. Now when we are talking about chemical reactions and equations, just sit back and enjoy the lecture. Listen to it carefully. You get? Everything you will get over here. Alright? Okay. So, यहाँ पे हम लोगों को chemical reactions पे जाना. What is chemical reactions and equations? So first of all, what is chemical reaction? Let us see introduction. Reaction means what? Changes. Now changes are of two types. Physical. Physical change means what? There is no change in the composition. Composition में कुछ भी change नहीं है, but physical state there is a change. Right now? Okay. Like for example, you are taking ice cubes, and let us say you are keeping above 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, and you find slowly ice cubes are actually what particles are moving away from each other. one another, we can say, and then finally what? That particular ice converts into what? Liquid water. Right? At this particular, for example, ice converting into liquid water, but the composition of water, ice is H2O. Here also it is H2O. When you start cooling below 0 degrees Celsius, it is reversible. So this kind of change is physical, where no new composition is formed. This change is occurring at a low temperature. A small difference in the temperature will be brought about. Small heat is absorbed to change this ice into liquid water. I mean, it doesn't require vigorous condition for a physical change. Okay. Secondly, this particular change is something wherein the chemical composition, of course, remains the same. It is most of the time it is reversible. Here, for example, tearing on paper, you can again join them. Here, of course, there will be some change, but definitely the length, breadth, and height of that particular paper will more or less remain the same. Here, so of course, that particular change, we cannot again bring about the same kind of format, but we'll try to bring it as close as possible, the reversibility. Whereas, but we are not interested in only physical change. We are interested in what? In this chapter, we are interested in chemical change. Now, chemical change means what? Like, for example, you are taking, for example, coal, and you are actually what? Burning in air or oxygen. Out of that nitrogen and oxygen, oxygen is more reactive. Clear? And coal is nothing but carbon. And immediately you find that it gets completely oxidized to form carbon dioxide, and large amount of heat is produced. And little bit initiation is required over here by igniting it. Clear? By lighting it. After that, वो खुद ही produce करेगा heat. Such about reactions. What is exothermic reaction? And this change is something which is irreversible. I mean, you cannot get the same old good form of iron back after using it completely. So this change is something chemical change. And this chemical change means what? There is a change in the composition. And since there is a change in the composition, there are three important things involved in this. One is the initial material or the starting materials are called as what? Reactants. Okay? So ये carbon and oxygen are coal or oxygen are nothing but what? Reactants. The condition is nothing but the employed over here. That means whatever condition we are writing on the arrow, that is nothing but the condition. It can be temperature at which the process is going on. Likewise, the pressure at which this reaction is observed. I mean, normally most of the time the reaction is observed at room temperature, but when it is absolutely required for the reaction to take place, we might apply the pressure from outside. Okay, and sometimes to enhance the reaction, to increase the speed of reaction, we use catalyst also. Now, catalyst normally is always positive catalyst to increase the rate. But if I want to restrict the reaction, so we use some inhibitors which are nothing but negative catalysts. Negative catalysts are also called inhibitors. यानी आपको reaction को रोकना है थोड़ा. या जैसे for example you have hydrogen peroxide in the vessel. Now hydrogen peroxide gets decomposed into H2 and oxygen. Okay? But that is used for bleaching purpose. When you go to saloon or parlor, you will find H2O2 is used as a bleaching material. So H2O2 got split up in the form of what? Okay? H2 and oxygen. So that will be a waste. Bleaching will not be able to. We will not be able to do the bleaching. So हम लोग क्या करते हैं? इसके ऊपर और एक liquid डाल देते हैं. Alcohol. So alcohol क्या करता है? This what H2O2 को prevent करता है exposure. So some kind of inhibitors we add. Okay, and as a result, we find, for example, those inhibitors restrict the rate of reaction or the speed of reaction or prevent that reaction to go further on its own. Anyway, that this particular part at this moment is not there in your syllabus. It's just to make you understand that if there is a positive catalyst, there's a negative also. Like suppose you say, I want to join singing class. Some people are negative. No, you can't do anything. Okay, suddenly, जल्दी बोल देंगे, नहीं तुम्हारे से हो ही नहीं पाएगा. Try to करते दो. Right? Sir, I want to go for IIT. अरे कुछ नहीं होगा. IIT नहीं कर पाए. That is negative. ठीक है कि नहीं? So what is important over here? Try to करने दो. Well, let us try it out. ठीक है? कुछ तो उसमें knowledge तो मिलेगा. The knowledge doesn't go waste. So here basically the reactants and then the condition and finally what? You get the products. So that is the idea. The reactants are nothing but the initial substances. Conditions are nothing but employed to increase the speed of reaction. Okay. And what about the products? The new substance or substances which are formed at the end of the reaction are called products. But this kind of thing is not there in this. Because reactants and products are actually what? Are same basically. तो इसमें कोई रिएक्टेंट्स और प्रोडक्ट्स नहीं बोलते, ठीक है, पेपर तो पेपर ही रहा, जस्ट आपने टेयर आउट किए, am I right or not? Cutting of wood, tearing out of paper, melting of wax is nothing but physical change. Burning of coal, acid reacting with base to form salt and water, nothing but chemical change. So we are dealing with chemical change over here. Now the chemical change, remember one thing, is always going to be considering, we are going to consider that how it is a chemical change. Either the first important characteristic is what, either heat is evolved or heat is absorbed. And जब भी आप एक टेस्ट ट्यूब में केमिकल रिएक्शन कर रहे हैं, suppose any material you're mixing, you touch the test tube very carefully, of course. If you feel that test tube has become warm, that means heat is given out. If it is becoming cold, means heat is absorbed from the surrounding. It is endothermic process. Photosynthesis, endothermic process. Burning of coal, exothermic process. तो इसमें सबसे बड़ा चीज मालूम पड़ेगा आपको, heat evolved or absorbed will be very we can say significant. यहाँ पे heat evolved or absorbed will be less. You will not be able to make out. Second point is that there is an evolution of a gas. You find some gases are coming out. Gases are evolved. Okay. Likewise, you find, for example, some kind of precipitate. Like you put some amount of curd in milk, sir, it is precipitate. Milk is nothing but converting into curd. So mother will say it is curdling of milk. Biologists will say it is fermentation. But chemists will say it is a precipitation. A precipitate, solid formation. Precipitate is insoluble solid. So you get some kind of precipitate. That precipitate maybe is colorless or maybe colored. आपको कुछ colored precipitate मिला. Like suppose there is a change of color. Just one moment. When there is a change of color from, for example, let us say white color salt you have taken and you mixed up and you find some colored substance you're getting, means again there is a, along with of course change in the composition. Okay, tell me. Chemical change, that I'm coming to. Okay, now what is this magnesium? Now let us see, for example, here. ये तो सबको मालूम पड़ गया. Now let us come to, for example, we are talking about, for example, some important aspects of what? Equations. What are equations basically? Whenever you try to actually what? For example, represent any reaction. Okay. Now representation of reaction in short form is called as equation. Or representation of any chemical reaction which gives out the information about the temperature, pressure, catalyst, reactants, products. Clear? In a symbolic manner, then it is called as a chemical equation. But before that, okay, there are important terms over here. One is said to be, for example, the explanation for a chemical reaction. Explanation means a procedure, we can say. Right now? Yes. A procedure क्या है? For example, you take clean magnesium ribbon. Okay? Suppose you're doing an experiment, you're taking clean magnesium ribbon or a clean magnesium strip and you are burning. Clean magnesium ribbon is burned in the atmosphere, the atmospheric condition. Okay. And it gives white magnesium oxide with the dazzling white flame. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Now this is a description of a chemical reaction. When you are writing a chemical reaction or you're doing a procedure, how will you do it? You take, for example, a Bunsen burner. Okay. The Bunsen burner is having, for example, flame over here. Okay, and you are taking a magnesium ribbon, clean magnesium ribbon. Why? This magnesium ribbon which is there, why we are cleaning it with a sandpaper? Because magnesium is so reactive metal and actually what forms an oxide layer already reacts with the atmospheric oxygen. Okay, और वो oxide form में already आ गया है पहले. ठीक है? अब अगर suppose directly heat करोगे तो it will not catch fire immediately. It will take some time. I mean, it will catch fire or it will produce magnesium oxide, but already it has got a layer. So what do? You take a sandpaper, rub this particular oxide layer, okay, and we clean it. Because magnesium is no longer magnesium, aluminium, magnesium, sodium, they form, their what is it, that strip gets tarnished because of the formation of oxide layer. Anyway, now this particular pair of tongs you are taking, inserting this magnesium wire or ribbon over here, and the moment you add, heat it under in the presence of, you activate this magnesium, and you find, for example, some kind of flame getting developed over here, white flame. And after some time, what happens? This magnesium gets a white color layer of magnesium oxide. Now, this particular procedure which you're doing over here, okay, I want to write on the plain paper, so we write in this plan. But a person says, sir, this is very much tedious to write. So what we do, we try to actually make it in a short form. So this is the explanation. So we write, for example, something which is nothing but what is what? Word equation. Okay, man? A word equation में कैसे लिखेंगे? We divide this particular sentence into what? Some parts. Clean magnesium residue is burnt or burns in what? Under atmospheric condition. Again, to give magnesium, white color magnesium oxide. Again, all right. You write magnesium. Just magnesium ribbon की जगह पे सिर्फ magnesium लिखेंगे. Okay, combining with air. So you will write oxygen or air. Giving you in the short form is nothing but what? Arrow. Again, giving you magnesium oxide, not rubbing it on, because this it gives you what? Magnesium oxide. Okay. Since you are heating it, so show this heating sign, or since it is in burnt or by the heat liquid. Okay. Am I right? Okay. But then you will say, sir, this is also tedious. I mean, to write magnesium, because we know very well chemistry is a symbolic kind of, for example, language and science. I mean, we can use symbolic way. So here we write this equation, word equation, into what? Chemical equation. Chemical equation में कैसे लिखेंगे? Magnesium का we have to write the symbol or the formula. Normally in chemical reaction we write the formula, but the symbol and formula for magnesium is NGO. Okay, but the formula for oxygen is O2. Symbol is O. We cannot write O. We have to write O2. Because while taking, reacting, we take O2 only. Then they split up as O2. Okay. Then heating sign we show at this arrow. Okay. And then we write what? Magnesium oxide. But this particular equation is unbalanced. So here what is important? This unbalanced chemical equation is not actually what? For example, following the law of conservation of mass. Right? So how we follow the conservation of mass? What is the meaning of conservation of mass? Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. So masses are conserved. So here you have one magnesium, here I have one magnesium, but here two atoms of oxygen, here one. So I have to balance the equation of this. Okay, why two masses will be conserved? So here I have to balance the equation. So when I'm balancing, there is a small rule as such. Rule in the sense, okay, that here this magnesium is count the number of atoms in each and every individual reactants and the products. यहाँ पे एक atom है magnesium, यहाँ पे कितने दो, यहाँ पे भी magnesium और oxygen को मिला के दो, तो जिसमें maximum number of atoms are there. Start balancing from there. Okay, I'll give you some time. Don't worry. Just wait. You will write down all these things. Abhi mat likhte. Then here, now here one atom of oxygen, one atom of magnesium. But here oxygen is 2. Yes or no? So it's to balance shuru kar. Normally we start balancing last from oxygen. Oxygen is the second last element. Second last element is hydrogen. Last element is oxygen. As a rule, हम लोग. But now इसमें दो ही element है, so hardly it makes any difference. If you start from here also no problem. Okay, but we will start from here according to the CBSE book. Two atom इधर एक ही है. What do you do? Here you write 2 MgO. But the moment you write 2 MgO, magnesium यहाँ पे 1 ही है. तो इसको क्या करना है? इसको multiply by 2. अब oxygen इधर 2 हो गया. इधर already 2 था. Magnesium unbalanced हो गया तो उसको balance कर दिया. Equation is balanced. You want to verify? You can verify the left hand side and right hand side of the equation. How? Count the number of magnesium atoms. इधर 2 है तो इधर भी 2 होना चाहिए. Is it there? Yes. यहाँ पे 2 ऑक्सीजन है. ऐसे एटम फॉर्म में लिखो. यहाँ पे 2 ऑक्सीजन. That's the balance. So reaction is balanced. You know, just a verification with pencil you can practice initially. Afterwards you can.
Sir, how there is a relation between law of conservation of mass and the balance?
Hey, I didn't pull. What is it?
Like how is the law of conservation of mass?
Law of conservation of mass. और कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मास का मतलब है देखो सिंपल, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन। यहाँ पे एक मैग्नीशियम है, यहाँ पे एक, ये कंजर्व हो गया कि नहीं? फिर आपने स्टार्टिंग एक मैग्नीशियम से किया, आपको एंड में भी एक मैग्नीशियम, बट इधर 2 ऑक्सीजन शुरू किए, आपको एक ही मिला, तो दूसरा किधर गया किधर? उसको भी अकाउंट करना पड़ेगा। लाइक मदर गिव्स यू 10 bucks, you give 5 rupees का अकाउंटिंग, व्हाट अबाउट रिमेनिंग 5? शी विल आस्क, अरे 5 रुपए और किधर गए? तो हम लोग बोले 5 रुपए मेरे जेब में, 5 rupees I have had वड़ा पाव, 5 rupees look for me and here. The moment you give, she is satisfied, अकाउंटिंग कर दिया। नहीं तो अदरवाइज आई सेड ओके आई डोंट नो, आई डोंट नो मींस उनके माइंड में क्यूरियोसिटी रहेगा कि अरे इट्स नॉट गुड एट अकाउंटिंग, आई मीन व्हाटएवर अमाउंट हैज बीन गिवन एटलीस्ट उसको बैलेंस तो करो। Okay, because money cannot be created, yes or no? Means in other words, what I am saying, जितने एटम स्टार्टिंग मटेरियल एंडिंग में आपको उतना ही होना चाहिए, यहाँ पे ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए, यहाँ पे कम नहीं, या इधर ज्यादा नहीं उधर कम नहीं, it should be balanced. That's why means we have to balance the atoms in terms of their number of atoms, like 2 magnesium, 2 oxygen, अगर इसको बैलेंस नहीं करते तो वो अनबैलेंस होता है। So masses means the atoms have to be conserved, because atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed, so इसीलिए हम लोग को बैलेंस करना है।
Like the atoms cannot be created or destroyed.
यानी एक देखिए 2 मैग्नीशियम आपने लिया, 2 मैग्नीशियम यहाँ पे आपको दिखना चाहिए, should reflect in the product। 2 ऑक्सीजन आपने लिया, उसका अकाउंटिंग आपको प्रोडक्ट में देना पड़ेगा। Sometimes theoretically we are not higher standard में, sometimes we are not able to account, so we take it for granted it's there but not shown in the balance। Otherwise every reaction must be balanced, right? That is the point। Followed? इसको बैलेंस करना ही पड़ेगा। यानी एटम्स का कंजर्वेशन मींस मास का कंजर्वेशन। Atoms means what? Because what is atom? Matter. Matter is what? Anything which has mass and occupies space। तो अगर एटम को अपने बैलेंस किया तो मास का बैलेंस हुआ कि नहीं? ओके, मास का ये नहीं, इधर देखो मैग्नीशियम का एटॉमिक मास कितना है? 24 है, ये भी into 2 48 यहाँ भी 48 grams। वेरी गुड। अगर ये आपको ऐसा चाहिए तो आई कैन टेल यू मैग्नीशियम का एटॉमिक मास 24 ग्राम, तो 48 हो गया, ठीक है ना? ऑक्सीजन का एटॉमिक मास 16 है, 16 to 9 पे आपने पढ़ा है ना एटॉमिक मास, सो 32 ग्राम्स। अब इसका देखिए मैग्नीशियम 24 प्लस ऑक्सीजन 16 into 2 करो, ये दोनों को ऐड कीजिए और ये पूरा ऐड कीजिए, दोनों इक्वल हो रहे हैं कि नहीं? मासेस आर कंजर्व्ड। ये अगर आपने ये 2 नहीं लिखा होता,
But the law of conservation of mass is that mass cannot be created or destroyed. So like how is the relation between balancing the equations?
हाँ, तो बैलेंसिंग ऑफ इक्वेशन इज नथिंग बट कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मास ओनली ना। जब तक आप बैलेंस नहीं करेंगे तो मास कंजर्व नहीं होगा। यानी जितने एटम्स आपने स्टार्टिंग में लिया उतना एटम आपको मिलना चाहिए प्रोडक्ट में, तो बैलेंस हो गया रिएक्शन। अगर नहीं किया तो masses are not
Like
conserved।
it is necessary.
It is necessary means to show that yes, masses are conserved। In other words, अगर 2 मैग्नीशियम लिया तो आपको 2 प्रोडक्ट में मिलना चाहिए ना, right? That is called accounting। Yes, it is necessary, because necessary in the sense theoretically we have to prove that look, total mass of the reactants and total mass of the products are equal, and वो balancing के ही आएगा, through आएगा। Clear? But before that, before we go for the balancing, all of you have to go for the basics, right? Basics का मतलब है, I just want to know whether you are aware of various symbols, ions का symbols, formula, ठीक है? सबको मालूम है? What is the formula for calcium phosphate?
Subscript.
CaPO4 क्या है फॉर्मूला? नहीं मालूम।
So the CA4PO.
सबको मालूम नहीं। Well, today we do the basics before we go for the balancing, ठीक है ना? And the chemical reaction. What is the formula, Neil?
Ca3PO4 twice.
Ca3PO4 twice. कैल्शियम का वैलेंसी 2 है, फॉस्फेट का वैलेंसी 3 है, क्रिस क्रॉस। रिमेंबर, इसलिए आज हम वो करेंगे पहले, because I have done it other branch. Okay, so they were not aware of this formula. So today we'll discuss out the elements का symbols, ions का symbols, and the chemical formula. Because that, and 9th standard, everybody, this is a homework for you. 9th standard, that page 2 or 3 pages Xerox and इसमें attach करना है आपको ये volume. Last you're having 9th का volume. Those are having textbook, they will attach on the textbook. Tia, are you having the volume की paper mark में दे दिया, base paper mark? अच्छा किसी और को दिया, ठीक है उसको रहने दो, अब textbook से आपको दे दे, textbook भी दे दिया होगा ना, उससे काम करो, WhatsApp पे ले लो, और फर्स्ट पेज का जो फॉर्मूला है, and then उसको Xerox करके attach करो. Anshul, are you writing?
Yes, sir.
Good. This part is over. Yes. Let us see some basics.
Sir, the heading is not visible.
हाँ,
Heading is not visible.
heading is,
Not visible.
देखो तुम्हारा स्क्रीन ऊपर करो, इधर तो दिख रहा है यहाँ से स्क्रीन. Here you can
Sir,
see.
वो नहीं दिख रहा है. ऑफ के बाजू वाला नहीं दिख रहा है. ऑफ के बाजू में क्या लिखा है? वो लाइट आ रही है.
यहाँ से क्या? हाँ, अभी दिख रहा है?
नहीं सर, वो लाइट आ रही है, इसलिए नहीं दिख रहा है.
अच्छा लाइट आ रहा है.
हाँ.
लाइट को क्या करूं, बंद कर दूं क्या? हाँ,
तो बस बता दीजिए आपने क्या लिखा है.
बिना लाइट का आइंस्टाइन विल बी अपसेट. ये लाइट के बिना कुछ दिखेगा नहीं आपको.
नहीं सर, वो वर्ड कौन सा लिखा है बस आप वो बता दो.
एक बार देखता हूँ बिना आइंस्टाइन विल बी वेरी मच. दिख रहा है?
नहीं सर,
आपने ऑफ के बाजू में क्या लिखा है, बस इतना बता दो.
मेरे इधर बाजू में
केमिकल रिएक्शन.
अच्छा, आइंस्टाइन has become happy. Now सुनो, बेसिक्स ऑफ सिंबल्स, ठीक है, फॉर्मूले, आयंस, रेडिकल्स. ओके, so that, so under the light only you can see, then only it will be not straining your eyes. ये तो चश्मा जल्दी लग जाएगा. Okay, now look here all of you. Let us see the symbols. एक एक करके हम लोग सिंबल देखें पहले, because that is the most basic. और you have to, क्या नाम है आपका? हाँ, रेणुका, we have to stick to the basics. Basics में ज्यादा ध्यान रखना, ठीक है? Behavior, way of talking, way of walking, way of sitting, basics and studying. 3 things are important. Now look here. Now stick to the basics. Some people have said, you know the basics. First, let us see the symbol of this element. I'll write symbol over here. और इधर नाम लिखेंगे. क्यों? और तुम लोग को यहाँ पे आप लोग को क्या करना है? सबसे पहले सिंपल है हाइड्रोजन. H. So how do you account for the symbol for this element? Hydrogen. First letter H. देखो मत, पहले समझो, ठीक है? Then next element is what? Helium. How will you write? He. सबको मान लो, right ना? Then lithium. हाँ, पहले 20 elements लिख देते हैं. Then beryllium. Right ना? सिर्फ सुनते जाओ. बोरॉन B. Carbon C. These are the symbols which are going to come later on. Okay? Because for chemical reaction will require this. Carbon, nitrogen, N.
Oxygen.
Then oxygen, O. Okay? Then fluorine, F. Then neon, Ne.
Sodium.
Then the Latin name symbol. I mean the first element, natrium, that is sodium. Right now?
Yes.
इसका पुराना नाम क्या था? मुंबई का बॉम्बे. बॉम्बे के पहले नाम था मुंबा. ठीक है ना? मुंबा, जैसे वो कबड्डी का मुंबा टीम, न्यू मुंबा. हाँ, वैसे नाइट्रियम, ये लैटिन नेम. ठीक है? पहले बेंगलोर था, अभी बेंगलुरु. पहले कैलकाटा था, अभी क्या कोलकाता. ऐसे सब चेंज हो गया सब. ठीक है ना? ओके. अब क्या हो रहा है यार? सोडियम तो नाइट्रियम. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज व्हाट? मैग्नीशियम. मैग्नीशियम वैसे का वैसे ही है. मैग्नीशियम. एल्यूमिनियम Al. सिलिकॉन Si. phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, then argon, potassium. Potassium is gallium. And potassium. And calcium, Ca. ठीक है ना? फिर listen और भी आगे. सिंपल पहले समझ लो, बिकॉज़ उसका आयन सेंस इसी पर है.
Sir, they are only a first day, right?
हाँ?
They are only first day, right?
नहीं, you are having many elements.
Any, they are told.
अरे बाबा, बहुत सारे बेरियम आएगा, सबका आएगा. जिंक आ जाएगा. जिंक तो 30 है. ठीक है ना? यहाँ पे, for example, what is the next element? Let us say Fe. What is that? Iron. Ferrum. Right? Then zinc, gold, platinum, silver. Let me write first. Mercury. Okay. After that, for example, iron के बाद cobalt, nickel. ठीक है? Copper हो गया. Copper नहीं हुआ. ठीक है? तो चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं. Zinc, then gold, aurum, or gold we can see. Platinum. Okay, then this is argentum. Argentum is nothing but silver. Then mercury, which is also called hydrargyrum. Hydrargyrum. Okay, which is nothing but what? Mercury.
What is after D?
After D.
Hydra.
HYDRAR. GYREM. Okay, cobalt, nickel, then copper, cuprous, red copper. Right? Yes. The next element is what? What is it? Chlorine हो गया, chlorine हो गया, bromine. सब आएगा reaction में. Bromine, iodine, right ना? Okay, ये सब reaction में आ जाएगा, ठीक है? Then Ba, barium, सब 20 तक नहीं है. कौन से टीचर ने बोला 20 तक? कोई भी रिएक्शन कोई भी इसमें आ जाएगा. Remember, barium. हाँ यस आ गया. जेड तो कहा 82 उसका एटॉमिक नंबर है. ठीक है, चलो अब पहले इतना लिख लो तो इसके बाद हम लोग रब करें. ठीक है, थोड़ा और उसको रेफरेंस बुक पढ़िए. क्या नाम है आपका? पूर्वा ना, पूर्णा. और रेफरेंस बुक और आपको पढ़ना है. 20 तक नहीं रहेगा, क्या बोर्ड. ठीक है ना. इसके बाद और 9 years of studies you have to do. राइट ना. 9 साल और आपको पढ़ना है. Work आराम से करो. Don't be in a hurry.
So it's supposed to be iodide.
iodine. Iodine. Iodide is I minus. वो radical. उसमें ITE whenever it comes or ITE whenever it comes, it is all radicals. Sulfate, nitrate, वो सब radicals में आएंगे. Element में INE, iodine, chlorine, bromine, chlorine, ठीक है ना? Now let's sum this. PB सबने लिख लिया. अब देखो PB plumbum lead, AS arsenic, Cr chromium, manganese और manganese Mn, cadmium CD, uranium, last naturally occurring element uranium. उसके बाद सब अपना, then polonium of course is पहले 84 atomic number, okay. Sp antimony, tin,
So SBS.
Sp is antimony. This is tannum, tin. Relatively clear. Helium, germanium, सब बाद में यूज होगा. आई एम गिविंग यू स्टार्ट ओनली. तो जर्मेनियम हम लोग जो पीरियोडिक टेबल टॉपिक करेंगे वो थोड़ा सा यू विल हैव अ बैकग्राउंड सो दैट क्या होगा. यू से सर व्हाट इज द सिंबल फॉर जर्मेनियम? एंटीमोनी. ठीक है. तो इतना अपना एलिमेंट. सो नाउ लेट्स कम टू द आयंस. व्हाट आर आयंस बेसिकली? इसका फार्मूला पहले देख लेते हैं. सबका फार्मूला. Okay, now what is the meaning of formula? Formula is basically a bunch of atoms because atoms are unstable. So the bunch of atoms are of the same element, then that is elemental form. Or if a bunch of atoms are different elements, group of atoms, then it is called as compound. So molecules दो प्रकार के, elemental molecule and molecular compound. ठीक है? Let us see वो करते हैं. इससे कि आपको वो easy पड़े पहले. पहले elements लेते हैं, compounds of course afterwards. हो गया ये? Now, so that you know you will not be having any hassles later on. Sir, I don't know the symbol of this. So basics पहले हम लोग कर लेते हैं. First lecture is going on, so therefore I don't want you to have any kind of trouble later on. Yeah, you'll be highly comfortable. Okay? Now, the next one is formula. What is formula basically? Formula is nothing but what? Of any substance is the group of atoms of same element or different elements. ठीक है ना? सेम एलिमेंट जब रहेंगे तो इसको क्या बोलते हैं? इट इज कॉल्ड एज एलिमेंटल फॉर्मूला और एलिमेंटल मॉलिक्यूल. एक मॉलिक्यूल एक एलिमेंट है, और अगर डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स है इट इज कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? कंपाउंड मॉलिक्यूल. हाँ, एक बता दो एग्जांपल देके बताता हूँ. ओके, नाउ लुक हियर. फॉर एग्जांपल टू हाइड्रोजन एटम्स, because hydrogen unstable है, it combines with another hydrogen atom give you what? H2. So this is elemental formula. एक ही एलिमेंट के दो एटम्स कंबाइन हो. वैसे दो क्लोरीन का जब कंबाइन करेंगे, बिकॉज़ एक क्लोरीन अनस्टेबल है, तो दूसरा क्या होगा? Cl. So symbol for chlorine is Cl, but formula for chlorine molecule is symbol of hydrogen is H, but molecular formula of hydrogen, that is gas which is existing in this room or the atmosphere, is H2. Be more stable, right? H2 means formula of the molecule. वो element है. और जब दोनों atoms same element के हैं तो उसका element elemental formula. ठीक है? अब सपोज तुम्हारे को दूसरा भी बता दो. सपोज एक H और एक Cl कंबाइन कर रहे हैं. तो X, ठीक है? तो इसको हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड, इसको हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड बोल सकते हैं या हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड बोल सकते हैं. बट दिस इज अ कंपाउंड. क्यों? दो अदर डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स आर कमिंग, राइट? लाइक यू आर गोइंग फॉर द पिकनिक एंड योर फ्रेंड इज गोइंग फ्रॉम would say to the picnic, but you both belong to different families. Different families in it. That's why we say, sir, this trip mixture is. When you and your brother are going for picnic means same family से दो लोग जा रहे हैं. Element. Same family, ना? समझ में? Same family, element. Different members of different families coming together compound. Compound में more complex हो गया. Okay? सबको आपको मैच करना पड़ेगा उनका बिहेवियर, उनका खाने पीने का जो भी है, ठीक है? क्योंकि आपको बैलेंस करना है. वो भी बैलेंस करेंगे, आपको भी बैलेंस करना. ओके, इसलिए टीचर्स जब लेके जाते हैं तो आपको पता है पूरा आइडिया. व्हाई? बिकॉज़ डिफरेंट स्टूडेंट्स, ओके, हैविंग डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ लेट अस से फॉर एग्जांपल फूड एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स, उनको संभालना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. लाइक एवरीबॉडी शुड बी हैप्पी. हियर वी नो व्हाट यू आर ईटिंग, व्हाट यू डिसलाइक, व्हाट यू डोंट लाइक और व्हाट यू लाइक, सेम काइंड ऑफ एलिमेंट है. ओके, सो एलिमेंट. नाउ लेट अस सी फॉर एग्जांपल अगर एक नाइट्रोजन दूसरे नाइट्रोजन से कंबाइन कर रहा है, क्या हो जाएगा? एक ऑक्सीजन दूसरे एटम से कंबाइन कर रहे हैं, क्या हो जाएगा? O2. एक ऑक्सीजन दूसरे ऑक्सीजन और तीसरा ऑक्सीजन से भी कंबाइन कर रहे हैं. बट एक हीलियम, तो बोलोगे सर हीलियम दूसरे से कंबाइन नहीं कर रहे, क्या हो जाएगा? हीलियम ही रहेगा. सर आई वांट टू गो फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर ट्रिप अलोन, जस्ट लाइक दैट चाइल्ड होम अलोन. घर में आराम से नाश्ता करके बैठा है. होम अलोन पिक्चर देखा आपने? चलेगा. होम अलोन में क्या होता है कि पेरेंट्स फॉरगेट दैट चाइल्ड was sleeping at home and they go for the trip during Christmas. Then mother realizes the child is at home alone, and lot of theft and all those things are going on where people they come to carry this house is not empty, so those some thieves they come, and how he saves himself, वो picture उसको पता है, but he remains alone. So that is why home alone goes. एक मिनट जस्ट. अब जब हीलियम अलोन है तो इसको मोनो एटॉमिक मॉलिक्यूल, यानी मॉलिक्यूल में जब एक ही एटम है. सर इन माय फैमिली आई एम द ओनली मेंबर. मींस एक फैमिली एक ही मेंबर से भी बन सकता है. सर आई एम माय ओन फैमिली ओनली, क्योंकि घर में कोई है ही नहीं. घर में कोई है ही नहीं मींस मैं अकेला लास्ट मेंबर बचा हूं. Am I right or not? Yes. Family can contain two members. Diatomic family can contain two. Family can contain three. Sir, my mother, father, and my son. तीन लोग के ग्रुप है, ठीक है कि नहीं? उससे ज्यादा कोई. बट इसमें फॉस्फोरस में कितना है? फॉस्फोरस 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 प्लस फॉस्फोरस 4. मदर फादर ब्रदर सिस्टर. इसमें 8 मेंबर्स है. सल्फर, right ना? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so 8 member, that is octatomic. Now after that दो मॉलिक्यूल, दो एटम का, उसके बाद जितने भी दो से ज्यादा उसको पॉलीएटॉमिक बोल देते हैं. अगर स्पेसिफाई करना है तो वी कैन से डायटॉमिक, टेट्रा. टेट्रा के बाद वी कैन से पॉलीएटॉमिक. पॉली मींस more than 4, or we can say after 2 only we say polyatomic, right? Who was asking? You were asking something. Diatomic. The diatomic molecule. Okay? So yeah. Like suppose for example 2 sulfur hydrogen, 1 sulfur, 4 ऑक्सीजन अगर कंबाइन करेंगे क्या मिलेगा? H2 SO4 सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड. पॉलीएटॉमिक. इसमें 2 + 1 3, 3 और 4 7 एटम्स हैं. तो पॉलीएटॉमिक ये कंपाउंड. How to form that, of course we are going to see afterwards. ठीक है? So this is molecule of element, molecule of compound, that is also possible. The formula is bunch of atoms either of the same element or different elements, right? लिखोगे ये भी लिख लो क्योंकि ये भी बेसिक्स में है. गेटिंग सब आता है तुम्हारे को? पूरा आ गया? अब हम लोग डिफिकल्ट पार्ट पे जाते हैं. व्हाट इज दैट? आयंस. सम आयंस वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस. आयंस में ज्यादा डिस्कशन होगा. व्हाई? बिकॉज़ देयर आर टू काइंड्स ऑफ आयंस. Cations and anions. When the for example the elements which are having a tendency to lose 1, 2 or 3 electrons, or having 1, 2 or 3 electrons, they have a tendency to lose electrons. And some elements who are having, for example, which are having 5, 6 and 7 are said to be gaining 3, 2 and 1, so they will be negatively charged. And what they are trying to gain or lose, so that they can attain noble gas configuration. Noble means inert gas configuration, which is having 2 or 8. Like most of the time 8, exception 2 also, like helium. Okay? Got it? Yes. Okay, now let's come to Abhi ions. What are the different ions? Okay, yeah. So now let's see the ions. What are ions? Ions are basically charged species. Very good. Charged atoms. Or if they are called as radicals, they are called as what? Charged group of atoms. Yes or no? Okay, na? Now let's see, for example, first, hydrogen ion. Now, ions are of 2 kinds. Positively charged, that means they lose electrons. What is this? Hydrogen ion. Yes or no? I am writing and you have to tell me the name this time. Because I think just all of you are getting it. Okay? Sodium ion, lithium ion, potassium ion. Okay? Then we can say magnesium ion, aluminum ion, zinc ion, cuprous ion. I am writing randomly because you're done in 9th standard. अभी देखो यहाँ पे अगर valency 2 है, it's a divalent ion. If its valency +1 है, means it's a monovalent. If it is 3, it's a trivalent ion, positively charged. They are called cations. Okay? Now here, what is the name? Lithium ion. Right? Huh? So then, are you getting? This is potassium ion. It's a basic set. You have done in 9th standard. But I thought, let me give it so that सब लोग uniform हो जाएगा. Like those who were not last year over here in the school. So we have to maintain a balance over here. So that's why I'm giving you this. Now what is this? Magnesium ion. इसके बाद और एक session होगा next time for first half an hour that we are going to how to write the formula. Because today time is running out. Aluminium ion, because these things cannot be done in one lecture. What is this? Aluminium ion. Then this is zinc ion. All of them are having ion. We call it as at the end आपको ion लिखना पड़ेगा. अब zinc लिखेंगे तो क्या लिखना पड़ेगा? Zn. But ion लिखेंगे तो charge ऊपर. Right ना? Okay. What about this? हाँ? इसका नाम क्या है? Cuprous. Some elements are having what? Variable valency. Why variable valency? Because they can use the electrons from the inner shell, here the second last shell as well as last shell. Because they can use both. Like some people are having 2 bank accounts, so they can withdraw variable amount of money. But some are having only one. So उन लोग का money which they are withdrawing or depositing only one fixed. Like some people are doing two jobs. So they are getting different amount of income, variable amount. But if a person is only doing one kind of job, then he is getting fixed amount of salary. Right? Okay. Then this is cuprous. So lower valency, rus, us, ये सब आएगा. Higher valency, ric आ जाएगा. IC, cupric. Okay. Ferrous, Fe+2. Ferric, Fe+3. Stannous, Sn+2. Stannic, Sn+2. Platinous, platinum मतलब. Okay. वो तो नहीं आएगा. ठीक है. What is this? This is ferrous. This is ferric. This is stannous. This is stannic. Iron ना? ये सब iron लिखना पड़ेगा. ठीक है ना? आ गया? Now look here. इधर देखो. Then barium. Ba+2. What is that? Barium ion. Now negatively charged ion पे आते हैं. What is the negatively charged ion? Okay, और जैसे chemical reaction आएगा, I'll tell you. What is that? For example, fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide, oxide, hydroxide, carbonate, sulfate, sulfite, okay, nitrate, bisulfite, or bisulfate, bisulfite. So 3 कर दो. इसको 4 कर दो. Then this is sulfide, nitride, phosphide. इसका क्या है? Chloride. Chloride ion. ऊपर आयन एक ही बार लिख देता हूँ, क्लोराइड, this is bromide, this is iodide, yes or no? ठीक है ना? This is what? Oxide. This is hydroxide. This is carbonate. This is sulfate. AT, tiger का T. This is sulfite, ITE. Lower number का oxygen का means ITE. Higher number of oxygen ATE. Nitrate. Nitrate भी होगा NO2 minus. But वो अभी नहीं दे रहे because वो higher standard. HSO4, HSO3, bisulfite और hydrogen sulfide भी लिखते हैं. This is bisulfate. AT. This is sulfide. Sulfide यानी T. Daddy का T. याद है? Tiger का T. याद है? Nitride. Daddy का T. Phosphide. Daddy का T. याद रखना ITE. मैं बस आज के लिए इतना काफी है. लेकिन क्या होगा? सब इनको भूल जाएगा. हाँ. तो आज के लिए फिलहाल इतना है. because this you will write 3 times and come next time. हाँ. पूरा मैंने लिखा नहीं है. पुराने बुक में पढ़ा मैं, लेकिन नए बुक में लिखना है because सब चीज पुराना हो जाएगा. बाद में क्या होगा? नयापन आना चाहिए ना. अभी इनसे ले लो इमेज मोबाइल में. हाँ, तो उसमें से लिखो 3 बार. ठीक है कि नहीं? My friend, you are a science student. Science student means you have to write. Science student को तो लिखते हैं. मैथमेटिशियन है. हाँ, उसके पहले लिख दो. मालूम है एग्जाम के पहले तुम्हारा एग्जाम अच्छा हो जाएगा ये सब. ठीक है? वो उसको रात दिन पढ़ो तुम. ठीक है? बिना होमवर्क के यू विल बी आउट ऑफ द क्लास. दैट्स द ओनली वे. और बाहर बैठ के तुमको करना पड़ेगा. गर्मी बहुत है बाहर. इधर एसी में बैठोगे मस्त अपना एंजॉय करोगे और लेक्चर भी अपना अटेंड हो जाएगा और छूटेगा भी नहीं. 3 टाइम्स होमवर्क लिख के रखो उधर. नेक्स्ट फ्राइडे स्टिल टाइम इज देयर. ये ना आपको 7 दिन है और ये 3 बार आपको करना है. ठीक है? तो यू टेक द पेजेस एंड स्टार्ट राइटिंग, यू नो. और आपको आराम से एक ही दिन में लिखना है तो एक ही दिन में मैराथन सेशन कीजिए या फिर 3 डेज में डिवाइड. व्हाट इट? हाँ, अब्दुल, नील, अंशुल, क्या आपको 3 times all these things you write.
Okay, sir.
4 times लिखा तो चलेगा.
हाँ
4 times लिखा तो चलेगा.
हाँ, कितने बार? 4 times लिखो ना. वेरी गुड. 4 बार लिखो. अबे nothing like it. This kind of student, very few students we get. सर मैं 5 बार लिख रहा हूँ. ठीक है ना? ठीक है ना? आराम से.